Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for the Virgo season for the sign of Scorpio. August, September 2019. Welcome, Scorpio. Let's see what messages lie ahead for you this month or season. Okay, energy around for you are Eight of Cups. So, yeah, look at that card. It's quite interesting. It's cups, so it's got a lot to do with the water people. So it's about walking away from a situation that is no longer it's not viable anymore. So it's about just leaving it, walking away. Just leave it. So we're going to find out what exactly that entails and why in the 10 steps. Okay, so keeping in mind the Eight of Cups. So this is where you are right now, Scorpio. Yeah, whether to hang on, whether to let go. Now this card's come up a lot in these Virgo season readings, and it's about, do you really need to hang on so tight? You need to perhaps let go. Let things happen how they're going to happen without trying to control it or just hang on too tight, because when you hang on too tight, it's just rigidity and it doesn't sort of do anything for anybody or any situation. So it's about letting go and letting things be how they are in terms of connections. Let's see how that got there, what crosses it. So what crosses this will cross the whole 10 cards of this reading for you. Grief and sadness. Well, grief and sadness is with all of us. We all carry a little portion of it with us. It's hard, it's sorrow, it's broken-hearted. However, sometimes we just need to learn to let it be and let it exist with us and just realise why it's come to this point. And sometimes it's easy to just forget about it and then it comes back and hits you again. But this is sort of old stuff as well. So it's about dealing with that and knowing when to sort of step away and knowing when to sort of give things a rest rather than just, because you do have this grief card around you this month, Scorpio, or this season. So it's about sort of getting to the bottom of things, what that actually means to you. Let's have a look at the background of the situation for you. Yeah, and divine time definitely says, well, this is just how it is. It's about balancing things up. It's about the universe sort of saying to you, well, this is how it is. You need to deal with it and just, it's thrown a bit of a spotlight on the emotions this season or Virgo season, but it's about sort of balancing that for yourself. And divine time, the timing is the timing. And with this one, it's always the right time. Look at what really lies beneath with you. Recent influences, the King of Cups. So there, I'm suggesting this is quite an old grief as well with the King of Cups, because he's quite, he sort of really keeps things, he sort of stacks them up in terms of emotion. Doesn't let them out very often, but we can all see it's there. So that's perhaps, what's bringing you the sadness as well. Old deep buried stuff needs to sort of be let out, instead of just pretending everything's okay emotionally. Well, sometimes that emotion tank or bank gets full and it just overflows into grief and making us look at what's actually really going on. The lesson you'll be learning in the Virgo season is the Queen of Swords. So yeah, clarity. Just see it for what it is. intellectually, communication-wise. It's the Queen of Swords comes in sometimes with that sword to just cut out things and get things sort of perspective on what's really going on. She's sort of an air sign, but she gets to the core of it, because it's like, well, come on, this is an old hurt you've been nursing for years. You need to sort of cut through the crap and get to the bottom of what it really is. Even though she can be vicious, but she gets the job done. Near future, Scorpio. Yeah, 3 of Cups, so celebrations, fun times coming in, you know, nice times. But there's also 3 again, so there's 3 people, you know, there's a situation there. But overall, things getting a lot easier and more social. Down here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're coming into spring, so there's a lot more sort of light in the day, and there's the weather gets nicer. So getting out and about a bit and just enjoying yourself, going out with friends, etc. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. And there's the Magician. So lots of potential coming in as well. Maybe there's relationship issues too coming in through with this King of Cups here. He's bringing up a lot of this stuff for you while you do things. And then sitting here is, what you're not realising is the Magician, where you have the potential to solve this and sort of empty the tank. But there's always a risk with that, but you know, why not take the risk? You need to get to the bottom of what's really there. And it's old and it's deep. And the Magician can show you the way out if you listen to your intuition. Let's see how others see you. You're working really hard, doing well in terms of work, but that's not solving the other problems, is it? So, you know, we can't be just, you know, work does not define us, and you are doing well, but yeah, a lot of energy goes in there. Positive feelings for the Virgo season. Things clearing up. 6 of Swords. Nice passage coming through for perhaps September, springtime. Things getting easier. Dealing with a few other things in your life and getting your head straight. The outcome. Yeah, the emotional happiness, I guess, is a happy family, but is it really happy? You know, it's this can be a bit of a facade as well, Scorpio, so it's about sort of really sorting out everything. This month is a month of sorting out the emotions and sorting out the grief and the triggers of the grief. And hopefully at the end of it, you'll get that sort of semblance of emotional contentment. I'm just going to put a few extra cards on because it's a bit of a, I don't know, not difficult reading, but it's just whenever you get the grief card and the 4 of Pentacles not hanging on too tight, it can be a bit flummoxing. So we'll see what that grief card's about. We'll see what the King of Cups is about. We'll see what the 3 of Cups is about. And we'll see what that Magician's about. So underneath the surface of this grief card we have King of Coins. Who is this man? This is the real grief. This earth sign man. So there you have it. Something has to be done about him, or else it'll always be, you need to let go of him. Underneath the King of Cups and what's going on with that card. Yeah, well, look, you're doing really well. You're getting to the bottom of it, but it's like, you know, really sort of, you've got to give it one last real try and really sort of work out how to sort of move on with your life, and you can do that. You've got the tenacity to do it, so just do it and get over this grief. You know, it'll always be there from time to time, but you need to sort of really, it's time to let it go completely and let it come full circle. But it's definitely male influence. So near future, let's have a look underneath the Three of Cups that you've got here. Yeah, and we have fun times with family and going back and people from the past, nostalgia, all that nice sort of stuff, reunions, having fun. So the tone changes, but, you know, I'm just feeling like, you know, try and get to the bottom of whatever it is that really is the problem. And then, you know, you'll feel a lot lighter for it, Scorpio. Okay, underneath the Mighty Magician, so what's his spirit, what's the energy coming through from him? Scorpio itself. So transformation. You need to sort of be a true Scorpio and just transform yourself out of this sort of whole scenario that we've got happening in this section. And, you know, just beginnings and endings. Life is full of them. Start with a new beginning. Don't be worried about anything. It's that Scorpio nature. You have to, it's almost like a baptism of water, really, Scorpio. Okay, so let's find the final message for you for this Virgo season. Scorpio, what is it from the Buddha reading cards? Pure mindfulness. Mindfulness is the miracle by which we master and restore ourselves. With mindfulness comes the awareness that what has happened in the past is only a memory, and that what is going to happen in the future is but a form of fantasy. Be still and open to the most precious moments.